Is awesome. Welcome to M3 TV News, the stream that gives you the best news. This is your boy M3, and of course, I always have my crew with me. I'm gonna go ahead and play some jazz music for you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
First Lady Tammy, and we have the lovely lady, Miss Danielle.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys, but I just thought, let me just try to mix it up a little bit,
Nope.
But anyways, so today's topic is called The Man, the Myth, and the Hood Legend, Mr. Boosie BadAzz. And so I wanted to kind of talk about him because, Boosie, he's an American rapper, and a street legend and a hood hero for the people in his community. And so not a lot of people is going to probably agree to some of the things I'm talking about because, he's very controversial. Boosie has this thing where he's a man of his word, and whatever he says, he's very unapologetic to the point where probably not once but twice that he got his IG account, Instagram account deleted because of him exercising, what is it called? I think it's Fifth Amendment. No, a plea of fifth is the one that you remain silent. It's the other one where it's your freedom of speech.
First Amendment.
What's it called?
I think it's the First Amendment.
First Amendment. Thank you, First Lady Tammy. See, this is why we have teachers, to help correct us. But anyways, he exercised his First Amendment a little bit too much, according to the media. And so they'll do whatever it takes to try to cancel him. Even the Breakfast Club would try to set him up. I remember Charlamagne the Rat, was trying to trap him, saying that, hey, the stuff that you're talking about, the alphabet, we're going to say gay community, they know what we're talking about. You're promoting hate speech, and that's not what he's even trying to say. He's just trying to say that, hey, people, men, in general, as far as the manosphere type of dudes, we look at things that, hey, we're trying to promote healthy relationships between, masculine men and feminine women. And the last thing you want to see is some dude going around butt naked on the stage like that. And so he feels like if it's disrespect, he's going to knock him out, punch him in his face. It has nothing to do with him being gay or anything like that. It's just that this is just where he stands. But see that, but you get that a lot of things that he talks about, right? People could take things the wrong way, as if he hates the community, as if he's ignorant and stupid. And we have other YouTubers like O'Shea that don't really like him. They feel like he's an idiot. But I feel like, he's a man of his word and he keeps it real.
Yep.
But anyways, before we even get into the first question, I just want to know, how's everybody doing tonight? What's your thoughts when we first decided to go over the topic with Boosie BadAzz? And just let me know.
Doing all right. Ladies first, though. Ladies first. I'm a gentleman. You know what I mean? I'm a gentleman. Ladies first. Yeah.
Oh, ladies.
I guess I'll go first. I'm doing great. When I saw y'all was gonna talk about Boosie, I was like, OMG. That was really all I thought. Like, OMG, where is this gonna go? Because I don't know what you guys' opinions are, and I know that there are a lot of opinions about him. So I was just like, well, I'm about to find out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you will shortly. Thank you. First Lady Tammy.
Okay, so I'm not very familiar with him, to be perfectly honest. So I'm not going to pretend like I am. So I actually had to read some articles about him. It's an interesting topic, to say the least. So I'm looking forward to the questions, to give my opinion as far as the questions. But yeah, I mean, it's always nice to see the different opinions about people, whether they're celebrities or not. It's just interesting to hear the different opinions and how some people are very passionate about how they feel. So yeah. So I mean, I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to this topic, to discussing some things. So.
Okay, well that's what's up. Yeah, not everyone knows a lot about Boosie. Maybe if you listen to some of his music or just kind of see him like throughout the media, then it's a little different. But shout outs to Alex from Everything is Anything. She says, despite how controversial Boosie may be, he made my college experience memorable with his music. Oh, okay. Shout outs to Everything is Anything. Check her out on Spotify. She has like an amazing like podcast. It's like a radio version type of podcast. So yeah, check it out. You won't miss it. You don't want to miss it, I mean. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to the number one question, right? Oh, and by the way, Alex, right? If you don't mind, please feel free to share us, like, what music, what type of songs? No, not type of songs, but what was the name of the songs that you listened to that made your college experience so memorable? I'd like to know. Feel free to chat it up. But anyways, number one, do you agree with what Boosie's opinions? Do you agree with Boosie's opinions? Why or why not? And also, we also have somebody in the chat as well. I think it's called Medusa. I can't see that the whole one. Oh, Medusa, you gotta turn your background music down real quick. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, do you agree with Boosie's opinions? Why or why not?
I'll go ahead and go first. Okay. No, I was just saying right now, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say something. I feel like he has strong opinions. I wouldn't necessarily say I agree with what he said, just because he feels a little more strongly than I think. Like I'll say he's very passionate about what he says. Um, I There was a comment that he made about Lil Nas X, about something that Lil Nas X was going to do on stage, and I think you mentioned earlier about him being naked on stage. Apparently, it's for charity or something. I was looking at, I'm like, what kind of charity is that you on stage naked? Like, what kind of charity is that? Like, I ain't never heard of charity for you on stage naked. And the thing about it is, celebrities need to understand their audience and know that there are kids that listen to his music. Even in my class today, when the kids asked me to play Old Town Road, which of course I'm not playing that, but it's interesting because it's almost that they're either oblivious to the audience they have, or they just don't care. So for you to say you're going to do something like that, which is very, very extreme, you don't understand the people that are watching your thing. And for you to feel like that's something okay to do, just in general, is unacceptable. But to even make a suggestion of doing something like that is unacceptable. So I feel like the comments he made about that, he felt very passionately about. And I feel like sometimes when you feel so passionately about something, you have so much force behind what you said. And I feel like that's kind of what it is. That I think also that he might be at a point where he's tired of people sugarcoating things when it comes to certain opinions. And he's like, I'm going to say what I say, and I said what I said. And so, I mean, I do believe that if you're going to say something, stick to what you said. Like, don't try to change it up later on. Like, if that's what you said, own up to what you said and let that be that. But there are some like terms that he used that I don't necessarily think were a good idea, because they're derogatory towards people that are in that community. So, I mean, you can give your opinion about somebody and their lifestyle because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But just be careful of the words that you use. Because like if we have DaBaby, for instance, when he said what he said, it was taken to mean that he was, bashing that community. Well, he never said anything directly derogatory towards that community. He never used any derogatory terms that can be found as offensive. Some people thought what he said was, towards that, but he didn't say any actual terms that I specifically identified that community. Where Boosie, he did. And so I feel that, sometimes you have to be very careful and mindful of what you say, because it can be taken in a certain kind of way. But what he said, you can't take it in any other way than the way he said it. So I wouldn't necessarily agree with the way he said it. I think it's okay to have an opinion because everybody has an opinion. It's okay to have a different opinion than other people. I just think sometimes, I'm just a firm believer. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You can say the same exact thing and have the same impact without saying certain things. But I think, when you have a certain type of dialogue that you use anyway, and that's just the way you speak, and you're real passionate about something, it can come out in a certain kind of way, and some people may take it the wrong way. But as far as what he said about Lil Nas X, as a mother, I wouldn't want my daughter seeing something like that. If I had a son, I wouldn't want him seeing something like that. I think it's very immature, very irresponsible to even suggest that you're going to do something like that. And anybody who is a parent or who has nieces and nephews or brothers and sisters would be really upset by somebody saying some mess like that, because that's just not okay. And, when you are in the spotlight, you need to be mindful of the things that you say and show a little bit of care in what you say, and know that when you do certain things, people are going to see that. There's some parents that allow their kids to watch whatever. Some parents do. So know that you don't need to do certain things in order to get certain types of attention. So, so like I said, I don't necessarily agree with the way he said what he said. And I feel like everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you don't like a group of people, you can like a group of people. And sometimes you don't have to say anything. You can keep your thoughts to yourself, especially if you know that they're going to be controversial. But then again, if you don't care, then you're not going to keep them to yourself. So I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say I agree with the way he said what he said. I do think he could have said it in possibly a different way. But if that's not him, then he's not going to do that. And so like I said, I don't know a lot about him. I just had to read some articles to have an idea about who he is. But so that's just, my opinion is that sometimes you don't have to really speak on something. Like everything doesn't deserve your feedback. But some things you feel so strongly about that you feel you have to speak out about it, which I don't mind somebody speaking out about it. But, you want what you say to be received in the way that is going to be the most receptive, rather than it being a turn off from people hearing it. You want what you say to be said in a way that people can hear what you're saying and say, yeah, you know what, his opinion is different, but he said it in a way that wasn't too bad, if that makes any kind of sense. So I feel like using like derogatory terms isn't necessarily the best way to go. And that's what gets you in hot water, because now what you said cannot be misconstrued or misunderstood because you said specific words targeted at that community. So it can't be misinterpreted, misunderstood, misconstrued, anything like that, because it was directed. So that's pretty much all I got to say.
Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do agree that it's not about the things that you say, just how you say it and the intent of it. What are my therapists tell me? Sometimes the intent is different than the reaction, I believe.
The delivery.
Probably the intent versus the delivery. I think it was a different word to it, but the way how it's delivered may not even be based on your true intentions.
Right.
And that's just the way how people viewed it as.
Right.
And they can choose to whether they get offended or not.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go in, right? Okay, Medusa Records. I know you're new to here, right? So, if you're new to Knowledge and Relationships, definitely hit that subscribe button. But I'm glad to have you on the show. You have anything you'd like to add?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you mind if you turn the background down a little bit?
No. I can't have this conversation with these people. Lower the TV down, please.
Stop touching things.
Turn the light on and reach back and lower the volume down. Thank you.
Okay.
How's that? Better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Sorry for that.
It's all good.
Go sit down. Go sit down.
On the stream life, y'all.
Like, I didn't get a chance to see perhaps a video when I came in. I think right at the point where Lady Tammy began to share her view. But from what I heard so far, Boosie made a comment about Lil Nas X. I don't know if it's just his life choices or his persona on stage and in public. I remember hearing a couple things online, perhaps. The baby said in reference to Lil Nas X also. I think sometimes we want to attack people that are different from ourselves. We want to judge people that are different from ourselves. We fear that they're going to corrupt our minds or our family's minds, and we take that as a major threat, because we are trying to preserve our mindset, ways of life, so to speak. But as you get to know the rest of the world, you travel and you get to know the languages and cultures, and you get cultured. You start to realize that we don't actually infringe upon each other that way. I think sometimes, maybe just in America, we have a set foundation in Christianity or racism or homophobia, stuff like that, or even in music in general and hip hop, the way music is marketed sexually toward minors and stuff like that. We can go for days on that one. But I think the homophobia towards Little Nas X is extremely unwarranted and out of place. And I think speaking from someone who's lived Christian life for a very long time, I learned not to judge based on that. And being out of the church now, I see why it's important not to judge people and how much it affects people's daily lives, like that shock and trauma of being bullied online. How important and imperative it is that you don't sicken people and poison them with judgments. And if this kid wants to get on stage and rep his hood, and that hood is rainbow, it is what it is, And if you don't want to watch it, change the channel. Don't give everybody else the power to what you believe to be manipulation, manipulate you, change the channel. I don't leave the TV on running and think to myself, well, everything on it is absolutely pure. I learned that one the day I walked into the room and Elsa and Spider-Man were on a date. I was like, wait a second. That's not what it is. Go back upstairs. Come on.
All right, thank you for.
I was in the middle of something.
Thank you for sharing, Medusa. I'll get back to you in a minute, okay?
Appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem. I'm gonna give you the horn for this. The thing is that I know there can be like a fear of how people's kids are looking at. I mean, since we're talking about Lil Nas X and Boosie, I think his fear is what the young black man would emulate. What are the consequences when there's parents that allow their kids to just watch whatever they feel like that they can just do whatever they want to do, and when they're not supervised, what are they going to do afterwards? Are they going to mimic guys like Lil Nas X, who's like, twerking on somebody or doing this and doing that? And actually, there was a video of a 6-year-old boy doing like a lot of twerking, imitating Lil Nas X. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, well, Boosie just being a hater because, of Lil Nas X sexual preferences. But sources also say, and I have to say allegedly because I don't fully remember the entire source, but, they said with screenshots that Lil Nas X, the things that he's doing, he's not really doing it for the community, or for his side of the community. He's doing it as a passive way to pretty much piss his stepdad, because his stepfather was a pastor, or I think he still is a pastor. So when you grow up in church and all you hear is don't do this and don't do that and you'll fall into hell and this and that, maybe he has some type of resentment, and being the fact that his preference is guys, is men, of course, someone in a role of leading spiritual-minded people is not going to really go for that. And so maybe that's where all the resentment and all the wild acts that he's doing is probably because of that. Oh, first Lady Tammy, you want to say something?
Is it my turn yet? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Real quick, I just want to say, like, there's nothing wrong with representing your community, but there's a way you do it where it does turn someone off of your community and get a certain perception about your community. So when you have a certain status, people, and you are a part of a certain community, people look at you as a representation. So when you choose to do certain things, you know, you have to think about the mindset behind that and the intent behind that. And I feel like if you are trying to represent your community, there are better ways, more respectful and more standout ways than that to represent your community, if that's what you're choosing to do. So there's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it. There is a way to make a good statement. There's a way to make a good statement, and there's a way to make a bad statement. There's a way to make a negative statement. There's a way to make a positive statement. So yeah, that's all I wanted to add.
Okay. Thank you, Tammy. Mr. Hall of Fame, what's your thoughts on the number one question? Do you agree with Boosie's opinions, or why or why not?
I understand, why Boosie feels the way that he feels. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But in that, there's a way to be tactful about the things that you feel, and I've been learning that a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot. You know what I'm saying? I even had it out. One of my family members today. You know what I mean? I was telling them all different things in the family I ain't like. You know what I mean? And the way people was moving or whatever. You know what I mean? But my approach wasn't the best, and one of my parents got involved, and both my parents got involved, and
mm-hmm.
they was telling me certain things, and I just realized my approach was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But in my I was, and what I felt wasn't wrong. It's just the way I went about it. But I just feel like people do need to be accountable and responsible for the things they do. And you just gotta be tactful in your approach, especially as a human being, period, but especially as a man. You gotta hold yourself to a certain caliber, and you gotta approach it a certain way. You just can't just fly off the handle every time something happens, man. You gotta really learn to be tactful in your approach. I think him wanting to pull him off the stage and all that, if the dude show up, with the no clothing and all that, I think that's a little extreme. But the no clothing is extreme too. Him getting straight up birthday suit-ish ain't cool either. You know what I'm saying? Like both ain't cool.
Right.
So I understand why he would want to pull him off stage, but in the same instance, you still got to be tactful about how you do things, man. There's a way to do it. I think him and Lil Nas X just need to have a conversation, man. Like men, you know what I mean? I mean, Lil Nas X is a little bit younger. You know what I mean? He's still a man, but he's a little bit younger. He's a younger man, but they can still talk down and talk as men and get an understanding. I don't think it has to be all this other extra stuff that is turning into, And I think as men of color, we just gotta learn how to settle disagreements without it always being in the streets, or it turning into something in the streets, or somebody family member getting hurt, or us fighting or whatever. We got to learn how to use our words, man. We got a lot going on. Things that's even out of our control. We live in a system that's not really built for us. You know what I'm saying? We got this pandemic going on. We got a lot of stuff going on with us, man. Like, so we got to really be mindful about how we treat each other. You know what I'm saying? And how we treat just, each other, our women, of course. That's a whole other topic. You know what I mean? Just all that. We just gotta be really mindful as men on how we approach things. We gotta really be very tactful in our approach. And I think the two best ways to look at it, if you really want to know how to resolve conflict or how to approach things tactfully, you could look at Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. They had different views on life. Towards the end of their lives, they kind of started to see things the same way. But in the beginning, they really wasn't seeing eye to eye on a lot of different things, man. They respected each other, but they ain't see eye to eye on how we as a people need to get our rights and how we need to be free. They kind of had difference of opinions and approaches, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they understood the bigger picture was to get our people their rights. So they did what they had to do, and they put their lives on the line, and they lost their lives doing that. You know what I'm saying? And they went out with honor. But they didn't always agree, but they always showed each other that respect. And that's the thing that needs to be done. They just got to show each other respect. So Boosie got to be more respectful in how he do it. And you know, he got to be more respectful on how he say things. That's all it is. We don't. Nobody disagrees with how he feels, especially with Lil Nas X targeting kids. Like that's all wrong. We all nobody on here feels that he's right about doing that at all. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a way of handling it. It's a way to approach it. You know, yeah, don't play with the kids. We all feel that way. You know what I mean? But there's still a way to approach him, even though he's doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it.
Right. All right, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Danielle, you have any thoughts about it?
No, I don't. I haven't actually heard his actual what he said and what his opinion is, so I don't have an actual opinion because I didn't hear it. But I do know that he was speaking how he felt, and I can't help but to accept how somebody's feel. I can't misinterpret it and say that he felt a certain way or say it was a bad thing because he spoke how he speaks, because that community can do whatever they want, and there's no backlash about them saying how they feel. So it shouldn't be any backlash about someone else speaking how they feel about whatever they think.
Yeah, that's well said. All right, thank you, Danielle. Shout out to CJ Kyles. You know, he's always been supporting us, man. Like, you know, so we always appreciate him. Go ahead, man, and look for the High Value Nurse. Support his YouTube channel. This guy, man, he be grinding the hell out, you know. And he be having some good, viable information if you ever want to become a nurse. I tell you, man, keep it up, man. I might wind up being a nurse in due time, maybe.
And through the nurse.
For real, man.
Man, for real.
I'm telling you,
professionals, educators, everything. First family, you know, entrepreneurs. You know, like Medusa and everybody. Shout out to Danielle and her career as well. Danielle just passed that exam. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do.
Yeah, yeah. Danielle's an RN as well too. You know, congratulations to her. You know, give her a round of applause, man, and an air horn if I can.
Congrats.
Shout out to myself for being a certified computer technician. You know what it is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to Mr. Hall.
Put in work, boy.
Congrats.
I'm here with it. All right, M3, let's keep it moving, baby. What we got next?
All right, so
Podcast host.
before I get to number 2, right? I'm gonna
To who?
I'm gonna open up the StreamYard to the people like
I said to who?
I don't know. To yourself.
I don't feel that.
Oh, that's great.
Oh wait, who's speaking?
Me and you, bro.
That's weird. Oh, we got Miss Luann Love. Miss Petty Penny. Miss Petty Penny.
Ew.
What up, Luann?
Sorry for being late. You know, my babies had to eat.
It's all good.
My client.
She got some pennies in her hand. Just run, all right? Yep, see her. And she got the pennies in her hand. Just run.
Right. In fact, just give them the pennies to them. Go to a corner store. You know, get them some bubble gum. Shoot. But yeah, everyone, like, you know, if you guys want to join the panel, here is the stream link right here.
I'll be in more trouble if I just left without actually doing what I was supposed to do. Then even leaving, I still didn't even get everything done because I didn't even know that I was supposed to do some stuff. I'm happy. I'm really grateful that you did it and not make me go back and do it myself.
Am I the only one tripping? I have everyone else muted, but I'm still hearing more sounds.
Nah, you're not tripping.
I'm just making sure, like, I didn't like leave like anything else like playing on my phone. So.
No, you good. You good.
Okay. All right. So before I get to number 2 question, Medusa, I need to ask you a quick question.
Yes.
Now, Medusa, right? I saw like, you know, Medusa's record company.
Yes.
Do you produce music?
I do not produce music. I sell vinyl records, collectibles. Collect them.
Next time I'm gonna leave open and let you click everything. Is that better?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah. Keep on talking, Medusa.
See you later.
You said
Yep.
okay, got you. All right, well, Medusa, like, is there any like final words that you want to say before we let you go?
I am small business owner, entrepreneur. This is my second business. My first business collapsed because of COVID. All my shipping was shut down for so long, and by the time everything came back up, it was just the way that I had initially caught was already out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to pursue my passion, which is music. I write and sing, and working on that. But for the most part, my vinyl collection. My mother collected vinyl back in the 80s and the 90s. My mother's gone now, and all that I have left of her is her music. And her music for me is like this catalog of memories and songs. And it's all in hard copy. I feel like a bomb could drop and I can still hear her. And vinyl is so important to me, like to have in my hands, like the euphoria I feel when it gets here. It's better than Amazon, and I'm fully stocked. Spent thousands of dollars studying digital marketing, business, music industry, up and coming musicians and artists, people I want to lift up and represent in the industry also. This store will be ready to launch within a few weeks. I got a couple kinks to work out. You know how it is when you're doing your own thing. You got to lead it and resolve it. But the store will be open soon, and I'll have many different genres and collections, small things. So when I put it up there, please grab it. I got a lot of vinyl head friends.
Yeah.
See something you like, hit me quick.
Right. Oh, Medusa, right? Are you close friends or relatives with Mr. Hall of Fame?
Yeah. That's my cousin.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You stay on there, girl.
Yeah. You're right here.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, you okay? I'm like, okay, who is she? Like, because you're new, man, so I didn't know. But since I know you're cool with Mr. Hall of Fame, you're related to some
Yeah, that's fam.
All right. Let me go ahead to the number 2 question, though, okay, real quick. All right, let's see. The funny thing was, if I get to number 2, the funny thing was like, Danielle, even though when I mute your mic, I was still hearing you, and that was the weird part. I was like, I cannot like mute nobody for some reason. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I didn't understand either because my screen was saying that I was muted.
Yeah, and then I muted you too, and it kept on talking. So I was like, that was just throwing me off a little bit, but it's okay.
Everybody needs to hear me leaving work.
Yeah. But number 2, do you feel that what he says is just a freedom of speech being expressed? And hold on, before we go anything, we have Mr. DJ Eddie King.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm sorry I'm late, but I had to come in on this topic, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry I'm late. I just got home from work. Yeah, man, let's get right to it. How y'all doing, though, man? Mr. Hall of Fame, what's up, baby? What's up, baby? Brooklyn in the house, man. First, Tammy, how you doing?
You got to stay in wild, okay?
I was expecting DJ like Brooklyn in the building, baby. Where that is at, bro? Yeah, he must be coming home from work.
Yeah, I just got back in, man. Okay. Miss Patty, what's going on?
What's
how you doing? And the newcomer Medusa, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Oh, I love that name.
Yeah, Medusa is relatives of Mr. Hall of Fame.
Hey, she must have been putting in that work like Mr. Hall of Fame, man. She must have been putting in that work.
Word.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, DJ Eddie King, since you're here, I'm going to let you do the honors to be the first to answer this number 2 question.
Okay.
Do you feel that what he says is just a freedom of speech being expressed? We're talking about Lil Boosie, the things that he say about Lil Nas X the things that he say about to defend what's the name? The baby. And remember, he did perform a concert during the hurricane in New Orleans to try to help out the baby,
Yeah,
in Libra.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's a freedom of speech. Yeah, and also the things that he was saying is to me is the truth. It's been plenty of times the things that he said about little ex Nas, about being undressed and performing to being undressed, and that's not good for you know that's not good. Period. At all, especially like for kids. 'Cause, it's certain kids that's doing that right now. Watching the video, doing the same thing that he's doing, and they get it, and they got in trouble for it. So if you down in the hood, in the streets doing that, right in the hood doing it, these kids is just making themselves, they getting themselves into some trouble, and I don't think that what he's doing is the right thing as far as the kids, in the community. But the little Boosie, what little Boosie was saying to me, he's right. He have a right. He have a right. He have a right to just to be the way what he had the right to say what he need to say. And I'm not fit to give him a timeout for that. Of course, there's a lot of people emotional behind it. I mean, it's just when certain things that we see and we speak the truth about it. Certain people get emotional by it. They need to grow up. But that's definitely my 2 cents on that. I'm gonna go ahead and pass that up, man.
Okay. We also have the high value nurse in the building. Salute to the high value nurse. What it do, bro? How you doing?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me good?
A little bit.
Hear you wonderful, brother.
High value nurse, what's up, man?
Yeah, it's a little low.
I just want to hold on. How about now?
We can hear you,
Yeah,
Daddy.
we can hear you.
All right. I just wanted to come through and show some love, man. I'm at the trap, aka the job, right now. So I'm just trying to show y'all some love and to see how the panel's going.
Oh yeah. No
So
problem.
far,
Man.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just want to comment on.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I just want to comment on Boosie real quick. I don't have a problem with nothing what Boosie said at all. I think the press is taking it out of proportion. I don't have an issue with that. I think Lil Nas is trolling. I think he's trying to play a victim. He's not a victim. And I have no issue. And I think Boosie should continue to talk how he's talking. So I have no issue. People trying to silence that man. No, because they can say whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want. So no. Boosie, keep talking. Keep talking the way you're talking.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would definitely say that. Yeah, like I said, he is like one of the most unapologetic like rappers that I know. Unlike Snoop Dogg and some of these other people who feel like they'll have something to say, but when it comes like to that paper getting snatched, then they want to go ahead and make that apology and get into their feminine ways and all that stuff. So yeah,
And there's certain people and that run the same way how he run that do not agree of what he's doing. By the way, that's also speaking out. Hey, I wanted to throw that in there too.
Yeah, you said that do not agree with what Lil Boosie said?
No, that do not agree. Yeah, let me make this clear. They don't agree with little X Nas is doing. Like period, point blank. They do not agree what he's doing.
Yeah.
And this is like high. These people are high level folks. That run companies, and they have a lot to say about what little X Nas is doing. I don't see the attention on them, which is kind of strange. But go ahead.
Yeah, no. Because you know why? Like, see, anytime when somebody has something to say, which like that's morally correct, they don't want to put the spotlight on them. Instead, they want to cancel them and get rid of them as soon as possible.
Right.
But yeah, they feel like it's okay. And let me speak on Lil Nas X real quick, right? I don't know if anybody saw like a post like today, right? But I think somebody did a repost on Instagram, and Lil Nas X did a photo shoot with him looking like he's pregnant. Did anybody know about that?
I didn't see that one.
I've never seen that.
Yep, I saw that stupid shit. Yep, I saw that stupid shit.
Wow.
And man, and here's the thing, man. I don't care if he's gay or not. But when you start making black men look bad, I have a problem with that. In my personal opinion, fuck Nas X or whatever.
Hey, man, you better be cool.
He's a disgrace to the black community.
Allegedly. We gotta say allegedly.
No. I'm personally saying fuck him. So,
allegedly, man.
But he's a disgrace to the black community. All right, fine. You guys can say allegedly for me, but I'm still saying fuck him. He's a disgrace to the black community. I can't stand that fool. The only thing that's holding me back from saying something else is just being on this live stream and being professional. But other than that,
well, then pass it on to me so I can say it for you, Mario.
Go ahead, Miss Patty. Go ahead.
You petty. You more petty than I am.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Patty. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's get it.
Number one, he really is a gay. Okay, he all the way gay. Okay, and sometimes they like to be flamboyant. That's just the way they are. I don't care who gonna bash me for it, who gonna say something for it. They're over the fucking top.
Okay.
And Lil Nas X and this pregnancy video thing that he has going on is just cruel. It's you could have a right to express yourself and freedom of speech and all of that, but as soon as people who are not gay start to say how nasty and how trifling and how embarrassing that it is to either black culture or whatever culture you're affiliating with, then we get picked as homophobic, whatever they want to say. I'm not homophobic. I don't care about you doing what you want to do to another penis. Damn, I like penis too. So we all in the same boat. But when I'm not out there showing how big penises that I'm using. So I don't feel like you as a gay man need to be out there being flamboyant. You might as well just come out on your album butt ass naked. It's offensive. It's offensive, and there is children out there, and I don't care about them saying, you shouldn't they're not your role models. They are role models. If you're out in front of the whole world, people can see you, people can hear you, they buy your music, you are a role model, and you need to act like one. And that's not acting like one. It's disgusting, and people, we know it's time for people to start saying it. It's freaking disgusting.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm curious because Lil Nas X did that photo. So let me ask you a question. Since they were so mad at the baby for doing what he did, are the women who can't carry children to term, are they going to cancel him just like that?
Yeah.
Who tried to put a baby?
I agree with the baby. I agree with Boosie. Boosie has said it best. Boosie is one of the biggest advocates for it. And the person who you was looking for, Mario, was Dwayne Wade when Boosie talked about his transgender daughter. He had some words on that to let the little girl be a man. But unfortunately, that's not what the family is doing. They are choosing to
let the little boy be a woman,
express herself. And that's I think that's a little something different than Lil Nas X, though.
That's totally different from what Lil Nas is doing.
Yeah, let me make this really, really clear real quick, right?
Read the comments real quick, N3. Read the comments.
Yeah, wait a second. Hold on. Let me make this really clear real quick, right? The thing is, right, I feel like it's disrespect to both communities. To heterosexual black men and, gay, whatever, the gay community. Because the thing is, you're not doing this to try to promote your, the gay agenda. You're doing this, right? It's because you're upset, you're butthurt about daddy. And so you're doing all these things to torment daddy. You don't give a damn about neither one of us. You just want to just push it out there because you feel like you could do that. If you have the power to do stuff, you're gonna go buck wild on it. And I think that's the part that I feel like is disrespectful to both ends. And if honestly, if I was that community, I would be offended. But whatever. Black Wall Street says there's an agenda being pushed right now. Hold on. First of all, shout outs to Black Wall Street for tuning into the Nonsense Relationship.
Shout out to Black Wall Street. Shout out.
Salute to your brother. You can also check him out on his channel, Black Wall Street Trading. He's an excellent options trader, and he also trades regular stocks as well too. But like I said, you gotta go to him for that stuff because he could teach you, and he also be on the CKQ podcast as well too. So, Cinderella, don't let your children watch this movie because it is focused on homosexuality and not fit for children. Okay, the Blooming Ebony says Cinderella the cartoon. Shout outs to the Blooming Ebony. Please follow her on her YouTube as well too. And Black Wall Street says there's a new movie on Amazon, and she says, "Oh yeah, I saw that trailer. I hated everything about it." Okay. Anyways, all right. I gotta get to you guys. Who am I missing?
Queen.
Well, Queen, right? Thank you for joining in, Queen. Let me go ahead and put up the number 2 question. Do you feel that what he says is just freedom of speech being expressed? We're talking about Lil Boosie, by the way.
What did he say?
All right, so to kind of reiterate, man, because Lil Boosie be saying like a lot of stuff. So examples, he was talking about Nas X, talking about the way how he's, I guess pushing. I can't even say he's pushing his agenda on other people, but he's pushing his attitude towards the youth when he's doing the twerking and other like silly stuff, goofy stuff, and then children they come and they fall in suit, and then he defends Lil Baby because Lil Baby, that time when they was trying to cancel him, he's like, "No, man, we ain't gonna cancel Lil Baby, man. We're gonna perform." What was the name of his performance? The Boosie Bash during like the hurricane. So the stuff that he says that's controversial that people don't like, and to a point where they'll like pretty much like cancel his IG accounts. That happened to him twice. Oh, and by the way, guys, don't forget to like us on YouTube.
For Boosie?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know much about him. Once again, I don't listen to the music. I think it's trash. So but I did look up something about him, and that he has a lot of crazy, to me, inappropriate ways of raising children. He thinks he boasted about getting his son and I think his nephew or somebody, they were like 13 and 14, a stripper, and he lets them watch pornography and thinks it's okay. So he's already teaching his sons to degrade and abuse women, because pornography, most of it is putting women in a very derogatory position. So he's already training them to, look at women as nothing but booty and whatever. So I don't know who he is or who gave him the right to reproduce, but I think it should have been revoked.
What do you got? Okay, let me go to Mr. Hall of Fame real quick. Mr. Hall of Fame, like hearing this, what do you think about that? You think it's very hypocritical?
I'm going last. I'm past. I told you I'm a gentleman. Ladies first. Pass the ladies. Matter of fact, let Medusa go. I'm gonna let her go.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Hall of Fame. I gotta get your thoughts, man, because like if Queen is speaking about this, I got it, because I know you got something to say. Go ahead. Come on, Mr. Hall of Fame. I'll get you. I'll get the other ones, but I gotta get your thoughts real quick. I feel like this would be more powerful.
All right.
All right, fine. Let me get to like Medusa then.
Thank you.
But don't forget the question I asked you.
What's the question?
No.
All right, so see, I'm already about to forget. The question was like, what do you thought about what Queen said about Lil Boosie? Were you able to hear that?
About who said about Little Boosie?
Okay. Hold on, Medusa. I'll get back to you. Let me see. Danielle, did you hear what Queen said about Lil Boosie?
I did hear what she said.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna get to Danielle now. I'm gonna get back to you, Medusa.
Okay.
Danielle.
Can she repeat it? Because I didn't hear. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what she said.
So what I said was that I looked up some about him because I don't listen to their music or anything, so I don't know much about him. And yes, the women who do porn, like Wall Street, do put themselves in that situation. But it's also there are a lot of women who are in that industry who are trafficked and made to be in that industry. So you can't forget about them. Anyway, like I said, a little Boosie or whatever, he says he believes in letting his 13-year-old watch porn, and he said that he boasted about wanting to get basically get a stripper or someone prostitute and let them do stuff to his son who was under 14.
Not only did he say it, he actually did for his 14th birthday.
Did it, huh?
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah,
That was the whole
birthday.
point.
He let a prostitute give his son head. Yeah, he sure did.
So he's already.
Tammy, I already know you have a lot to say. Hold that thought, Tammy. Hold it. Hold on. Let me get to Danielle. I'm gonna get to Medusa real quick. But first, Danielle. Well, do you feel like it was fair to do you listen to that? Do you find Boosie to be a hypocrite for doing that?
I think that you can be right and wrong at the same time. I think that is crazy to get a stripper for your child or your nephew that is a child, or to have them watching pornography. It's lightweight abuse.
Okay.
However, I can't say that he is wrong for speaking out about what someone else is doing. I mean, if what the other person is doing is wrong, then there's nothing wrong with him saying that it's wrong, and there's nothing wrong with if somebody else wants to speak out and say that he was wrong.
Right.
You can be right and wrong at the same time. I don't. Do it make you a hypocrite? I don't know. He's not himself out here naked, but I guess it could be seen as hypocritical because he's saying that this man is trying to corrupt children, but he actually is corrupting children.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that. Okay, so R. Kelly is seen to be an abuser of women. But K. Michelle came out and spoke out and said, I don't have nothing bad to say about that man because he saved me from being abused. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's the same thing. It's like, maybe that's the exact person to speak out because you know wrong when you're seeing wrong. I don't know.
Okay. I hear you. Okay, let me get to.
When you look at the definition of what a
wait,
hypocrite is.
hold on, Queen. I gotta get to Medusa real quick because we got a lot of people, so I gotta go around real quick. I'll get back to you, Medusa.
Yes.
All right. So, do you feel that Boosie can be hypocritical sometimes because he's focused on Lil Nas X, pretty much being a bad example for children in the world, but in the meantime, he's teaching his son about pornography, how he should treat women. Do you feel like he's being a hypocrite within his own household?
Obviously, yeah. That's obvious. I think Boosie just doesn't want it to be gay. He doesn't mind if children see sex, obviously. He doesn't mind if it's up close and personal. He doesn't mind if it's even his own children. He just doesn't like the part that it's gay. And he's either saying that or not saying that. I'm not completely sure. I didn't read it and hear it for myself. But that would be clearly hypocritical. If we were going to put maybe Little Nas X with the hypersexualized musicians that we have, put him against Megan or Cardi or any of the other female performers that we have right now that are sexual, you know. If it was just that and we weren't offended so much because of his homosexuality, we would say, okay, why did we let Nicki Minaj dance in front of so and so and so and so for their 10th or 9th birthday with her breast up in her throat? You know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have to take it the whole measure. I don't think any of us are ready for that because, you know, our country promotes heterosexuality, even if it's grossly out of pocket. We're still okay with it. You know, even if it's sweaty booty dropping in a poor 13-year-old kid. You know, he thinks it's cool because he's getting points with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
But I know men that have been exposed to sex through older women young, and it's traumatizing, and it's not okay. You know, when they get older and they get in their 40s, they're like, you know what? I was afraid, and I thought it was cool. I felt cool, you know, but now that I'm of age and I have my own kids, I'm like, man, that was very frightening. You know, they wish they would have had their first time with a girl they really like, or with a crush, or not with a fully mature woman on top of them like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I think Lil Nas X, you know, if he performed promiscuously in front of children, that's obviously inappropriate. You know, he promotes music that's meant for adult audiences, and whoever made that mistake needs to correct it. It happens. Even when female performers do it too, they go over the top. One of the Chloe and Haley girls went over the top for a Nina Simone tribute, and people were gagging. She took it too far, you know, and it was a slap on the hand, and it was over. It didn't even go too far. But because Little Nas X's intention is to troll, you know, he's gearing up the phobes hard. He's picking and prodding all the homophobics hard, and I don't see how that promotes the community at all. I think it'll set them up for a downfall. It's going to create more judgment and more instability in the message they're trying to get out. I have plenty of friends that are various aspects of the rainbow, and they don't think it's okay. They don't think it's for kids. They don't think it's supposed to be out in the front in broad daylight. It's private. It's adult. It's at night. They don't want kids at their drag shows. They don't want kids all up underneath their parades. You know, bring them to something child appropriate. You know, because they're gonna be exposed to things they don't need to be seeing yet. Little kids, they're supposed to be in their own world. A 13-year-old boy is not supposed to be underneath no grown woman on no level. You know, the website says you're supposed to be of a certain age. You know, let us hold to that. If that's what it is, let us hold to it. Uzi can do what he wants in his own household, but you know, we live by a certain standard with our families. You know, I'm not gonna let my neighbor creep on his daughter because that's his house. You know, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to protect that child, although it's not mine. To say I would want somebody to do for mine. If my daughter's in the bodega and some guys creeping on my daughter, I would hope somebody would say or do something.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Medusa. DJ, you have something you want to say real quick?
Yeah, I got something to say. First of all, Lil Boosie was just clowning when he said that. That's not what he did. First of all, second of all, where's the proof of that? Because there's proof of Lil X Nas being naked all over the globe. That's proof of that. Where's the proof of what Lil Boosie is talking about? There's no proof. But Lil Boosie was just clowning. He actually said that that's not what he was going to do. But if that's what his son want to do, if that's what he want to do, he said he cool with it. You know, because right now we'll be looking at the age of 14, 15 years old, these kids is out there doing that. And the parents are not telling them to do that. They doing it on their own will. They out there doing it on their own will. You know what I mean? And it's not because Lil Boosie is famous or whatever, because you got parents that ain't famous and they got kids around here doing that, talking like that, talking about sex. The parents ain't putting it in their mind. That's them. That's them talking like that. So for the people out there, that's saying that that's what he was. First of all, listen. First of all, he's definitely was just clowning. He already said that he wasn't going to do that. But if his son wants to do that, that's on him. He cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a woman, that's what he's saying. But the kids, his son age is talking like that. That's how they talking. That's definitely how they talking. And where's yeah, but before they try to destroy his account and all that type of stuff, where's the proof of his son getting that? Because that's definitely not true. That's definitely not true.
Okay,
he basically was just clowning. He was just clowning. He basically was just saying that, and his homies were just laughing in the back. They clowning. That's what they do. They clowning. And hold on. No, go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Tammy had her hand up real quick. I'm gonna get to.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tammy.
Okay, so I was looking it up, and it says anti-gay rapper Boosie BadAzz says he hired women to sexually assault his 12 and 13-year-old sons, and he said, it's quoted, "I know what the F they did to them. I'm getting them prepared, man." This is words that he actually said.
Right.
This is a quote from him. So he actually did do it, like it's been said.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He did, Eddie.
No, like I said earlier, look
on YouTube, Eddie.
Like I said, I already saw that. I just said, listen, I already saw that. He already said that he was just clowning. Y'all, he just clowning. He didn't really do that. He just clowning because he was mad at the fact that what was going on with the Wayne Wade and all that stuff. He all that said he was just clowning. He not fit to force his son to do that. He not forcing his son to do that. He already said that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on.
There's too many people talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta get to Luann real quick. I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Luann, you have something to say?
Mr. Eddie, I know you perfect. We always agree on certain stuff, but this one right here, he really did do it. He really did. Like, he really did. And you can find it on YouTube.
No, where's the proof of him doing it? Where's that?
You can find it on YouTube. He literally had a stripper with a big fat booty give his son a lap dance for his on live. He did it.
I ain't talking about you can. What's wrong with a lap dance? What's wrong with that?
At 14 years old.
We talking about head. We talking about head. That's totally different. That's head. We talking about head, right? Hold on. See y'all. Look. Hold on. Chill out real quick. Hold on. So y'all talking about lap dance or y'all talking about head? Which one?
It doesn't matter.
Look, man, hold on. Don't beat me with that. No, hold on. Time out. It doesn't matter. No, time out. The question is, did he was a lap dance or was it head? Which one?
In underage.
Listen. The question is this. Was it a lap dance or was it head? Which one?
Okay, let's let First Lady Tammy.
Because it does matter. It does matter.
Okay. First Lady Tammy, go ahead.
I wasn't even done. I wasn't even done. So I'm reading what it says. It says, "I'm training these boys right." BadAzz said in the video. "Ask any of my nephews, ask any of them, ask my son. Yeah, when they was 12, 13, they got head. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Hell yeah, I got my effing son's D sucked." This is out of his mouth. So this is the thing. I'm speaking from a parent perspective. As far as the freedom of speech, yeah, he was what he said about that's his freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, you can say whatever you want to. As far as hiring a stripper as a parent, I don't give a damn if it's a lap dance. I don't give a damn if she was rubbing her titties in his face. That little boy is 13 years old. As a parent, that is unacceptable as a parent.
Right.
For you to allow your child, because he is a child, to have a stripper doing anything on your child. That is unacceptable. As a parent, that is not what you do. And the
What
thing
is she?
about it is,
What is she doing? She
Hold on.
dancing or giving him head? That's what I asked.
hold
Hold on, she's still talking.
Hold on.
Let her finish.
So the thing about it is that, okay, there might be kids out there doing that kind of stuff on their own. This was not his son doing it on his own. His dad got this stripper for his child. He said it out of his mouth. Yeah, I know what she did. I'm preparing them right. He said, yeah, they got head. So he's verifying with his words that his kids got head and that he was okay with his kids getting head. I'm sorry. As a parent, you have a certain responsibility, and that is irresponsible as a parent for you to do that with your child. I'm sorry. You do not allow a stripper to come in to do anything when it comes to your child. That is not okay. That is a 13-year-old, 12-year-old. The 12-year-old ain't even hit the teens yet. 12-year-old.
It's 14.
That's unacceptable. I'm sorry, that's unacceptable.
Can I say something?
Like I said, hold on a second, Luann. So, like I said, that's true. Kids go out there, do all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of kids that lose their virginity at a young age, but it is different if the parent is standing right there and letting a grown person do something sexual on or with your child. That means you are condoning sexual assault with your child, because that is what it is. That is what it is. And I'm sorry.
It's called
He can say what he wants as far as Lil Nas X, he has his opinion, but as a parent, there are some things that are unacceptable and you just don't do. And having a stripper, like I said, I don't give a damn if she was giving him a lap dance, because a lap dance is not the same thing as head. It doesn't make it okay just because it was a lap dance and he was sticking his thing inside of her. That doesn't make it okay. Neither one of those things is okay. Neither one of them is worse than the other, because neither one of them is okay, because it's a child. And as a parent, it is your job not to allow someone to sexually assault your child. Your child. When they are 18, do what you do. When you are not, they ain't even hit high school yet. They're still in middle school. You haven't even hit these kids ain't even hit high school yet. You doing that? That's unacceptable. So as a parent, that's irresponsible, and he should be ashamed of himself, because that's not okay. Like I said, I don't give a damn if it's head. I don't give a damn if she was twerking on him. I don't give a damn if she was giving a lap dance. I don't give a damn if her titties was in his face. And none of it is okay. None of it. Not one of those things can be said was okay. And the fact that he out of his mouth verified that he was okay with it, that's unacceptable. So,
Mr. Hall of Fame. Hold on. Oh, Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
Wait, you haven't got a chance to speak yet, so I want to give everybody a chance. I want to give everybody a chance to speak. Okay, Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Do you have something that you want to say?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen, man. This is the problem that we have with us as Black people. We don't hold, especially the men, we don't hold each other accountable, and we don't hold each other responsible. You know what I'm saying? I had a whole conversation today with a bunch of family members about that, about accountability and responsibility as men. You know what I'm saying? And just like it's not okay for what Lil Nas X did, it's not okay for what Lil Boosie did with his son. It's not okay. It's not okay at all. And it's also not okay that, the older generation sit around and they allowing all these kids to have guns and all that. The gang violence in my city, in my borough, in Brooklyn, where I'm from, Brownsville, out of control. To the point where, even though I know people, I don't even feel safe coming around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out of control. And a lot of it is the older generation. The older generation has dropped the ball. They dropped the ball, and they don't want to be responsible. They want to respect as men, but they don't want to be responsible as men. And that's got to stop. You know what I'm saying? Because these young kids are growing up, and they're growing up fast. And soon they're going to replace all of us. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be accountable and respectable. No other culture has these problems. And if they do, they handle them, and they handle them accordingly. Some other cultures, you do despicable behavior, you can lose your life. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just across the board. They all need to be more responsible, man. You know what I mean? It's a shame that when you look at our people, we got all the stuff going on, and the men don't want to step up and be accountable. It's a shame, man. It's disgusting, and something need to be done about it. And I'm as a man, I'm gonna use my voice and my actions to do something about it, because something has to be done. You know what I mean? We can't tolerate this no more. Excuse me. You know what I mean? It's a shame that women have to step up in the place of men because men don't want to be men. Men don't want to take responsibility. Men don't want to have accountability. They just want to do whatever they want. Nah, it don't work that way, man. It don't work that way. You got to be accountable, responsible for the things that's going on. You know what I mean? Because if there's money and resources, you want to be accountable and responsible then. When it's time to break bread or get bread, you want to be responsible then. You know what I mean? When there's resources around and there's food, you want to eat up all the food and all that and do all that. So now you got to be responsible too and accountable too. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the problem. You know what I mean? The problem is that none of these men want to be accountable and responsible. None of them. Little Nas X or Little Boosie, and that's the problem. They all have their opinions and their stances, but they're not seeing how it's affecting the children that surround them. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the wrong.
Oh shoot! The heck? Okay, I guess Mr. Hall of Fame will get back. See, look at him, man. The network even trying to cancel him for speaking the truth real quick.
Everybody go.
I sent M3. I sent the video on to Mr. Hall of Fame where he says that he sent the video.
Hold on, Queen. Hold on. Like I said, you know, it's wrong across the board. And the men who say that they want to be a part of this culture, they got to step up, man. They got to step up. You can't want to be a part of culture, and you don't want to take accountability and responsibility as a man. You're doing outlandish and disgusting behavior. I'm not gonna stand by it. I ain't gonna co-sign it at all. It's got to change, and that's my take on it.
Thank you, Mr. Hall of Fame. Queen. Oh, now say that again.
I said I sent the video link to Mr. Hall of Fame where Bootsy is saying on Instagram Live or wherever he's at, saying out of his mouth that he got his 12 and 13-year-old son head and relationships with women because that's the way it's supposed to be. So he admitted it on camera. It's not a video. I mean, it's not a article. It's him saying it out his mouth.
Okay.
I think Luann wanted to say something, Mr. M3.
Go ahead, Luann.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, and just to speak up on, am I okay to talk?
Yeah.
Okay, and just to speak up on that as well, Little Boosie also lets his sons smoke marijuana. Now, I'm an advocate for marijuana. Y'all know that. I'll stuff any day. But that's also saying like it's okay that other people, your 12-year-old can go out there and smoke. Even though I smoke, I'm not getting ready to have my 7-year-old, 9-year-old smoking because if I catch them, I'm popping them in the lips and I'm burning their lips off straight up. So at the end of the day, you have to teach your children what is right and what is wrong. I'm not saying that being gay is wrong by any means necessary, but if you're saying you don't want your sons to be gay, then you keep talking to them. How do you feel? Even at 12 years old, how do you feel? Oh, what is your interest? And that's how you get to know if your kids what they like. Not to exercise them and say, you're gay. I don't want my kids to be gay, so I'm gonna make sure they get head. I'm gonna make sure they get a big fat booty stuck in their face. That's not cool. It's not cool. I'm sorry, Eddie. It's not cool. That's all I have to say.
Listen. I never said it was cool. When did I say that it was cool? I never said it was cool. I was just telling them that. I was just telling. Listen. I didn't never said that was cool. I said that he came out with the video and said that he was just clowning. That's what I said when he said that. He came out with a video saying that he was just clowning, saying that listen, if I'm not saying that he Boosie said that he ain't saying that he should, but he said if his son want to, then he said that he was cool with it. I'm telling you what he said.
Well, you didn't. Well, he did.
I did see
Let
the
his
video.
son
I
get
did see the
head
video.
and let his
I did
son
see the
smoke weed.
video. I did see the video. I'm saying what Lil Boosie said about him just clowning about the head part and all that. So he said if that's what his son want to do, that's you know he could. That's on him.
Well,
That's
when
what
you
he
find
said.
that video,
I
you
never
share it to
said
us.
that it was. I never said that it was cool. I never said it was cool.
Okay.
But at the same
Eddie, when
time,
you find that
but at the
video,
same time, we not
when you
fit.
find that video,
Listen,
Eddie, I'll
listen,
send it. We all want to see
listen.
it.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay. So
Okay, hold on, Luan. Go ahead.
so listen. You know, as far as the kids these days, y'all sitting up there talking about, you know, there's kids out there that, of course, there's kids out there doing that without their parents telling them to go do it. They doing it. They doing it on their own. They doing it on their own doing that. They sneaking to the street club with their own at 13, 14 years old, even 12 years old. They doing that. Half the time, these parents don't be telling these kids to go out there and do it. These kids will sneak out of their house and go do these things. The kids will go and do that. So I wanted to go ahead and mention that part too. Okay, so it's not. I'm not fit. Of course, it ain't cool for the things that Lil Boosie was saying about that. But he also said that he was just clowning. That's that. I'm just telling you what the video he said. I'm not saying that he's telling the truth. I'm just telling you what, on another video of what he said. So of course I'm not cool with that.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if people feel that I'm saying it's cool. No, I'm not saying it's cool. It's not cool at all. And the parents should be responsible for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Who said something?
Me,
Well,
Queen.
oh, go ahead, Queen. And
Well,
Tim.
let me just make the record straight.
Okay.
If me, as a professional social worker, find out that you watch porn with your child underage, that child is being removed. Let me find out that you allowed your underage child to have any type of sexual encounters with a grown woman, or that child is being removed. It's not about your choice. It's about what's going to affect that child later on. You can traumatize your child to be to not even know how to handle the arousal, whatever they're feeling. You don't know what's going on with that child. And just to force that on them, that's abuse. That is abuse. And that is not okay. That is not okay. And like Mr. Black, I forgot his name.
Like Wall Street.
Yeah, it is. It's proven facts that most people who are transgender, gay, whatever, is done because of trauma. Trauma that they experienced at a young age, and they didn't know how to handle it or deal with it. So a lot of it is not genetics. It is trauma. So when you expose your children to things like this, it is trauma. And it does affect them. Sometimes adults can't even handle stuff like this. It's a maturity. It's how you handle things. And a lot of people can't handle stuff like that. And so it takes them to, it's like a psychotic break, they call it. Sometimes people don't show mental health until they're in their 20s or 30s because of trauma. So if you expose your child to these kind of things, it's called abuse. And CPS will snatch that child out your home. And you can be considered a pedophile and be put on a list because you're exposing children to this. It's not that simple.
Can lead to ED due to fantasy surrounding the act. ED. I forgot what the acronym. I'm sorry. First Lady Tammy, go ahead.
So
Thank you,
ED,
Queen.
I think he means erectile dysfunction.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I will say is, if he had a video where he said he was just hidden or whatever, there's some things you just don't say. There's just some things you just don't say. So even if he made a video saying, "Oh, I was kidding," or that's not, there's some things that you don't kid about. There's some things you don't joke about. And then you don't have nothing to take back later. You ain't got nothing to apologize for. You ain't got nothing to say, "Oh, I was just kidding," because that's the thing is that he just kidding because he realized, "Oh shit, that was the wrong thing to say. So let me try to say something to clean it up." So that's the thing is that there's some things that you just don't say. So if he put a video out there saying that he was just kidding, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I would.
That was the wrong thing to say.
Well, hold on.
And that's the thing is that there's just some things. And when it comes to talk about freedom of speech, yeah, you can have freedom of speech, but be mindful of the things that you say, even when you're using your freedom of speech, because some things are just not okay. So making a video later on, if he did, saying he was just kidding, you should have never said it in the first place. So I wouldn't have respect for somebody that said that and then came back and said, "Oh, I was just kidding," because that's not even something to kid around about. So the fact that you thought it was okay to say something like that and then make a video later on and say that you were kidding about that, the fact that you even got that in your mind to say that, unacceptable. So, and as a parent, that's irresponsible. As somebody in the media, that's irresponsible. Somebody who a lot of people admire you and like what you do and like some of the things that you say, that was irresponsible. And there's some people that will hear what you say, and because they love him so much, you're like, "Oh shoot, he did it with his kids, I can go ahead and do it with mine." Some people are that immature and stupid to do things like that. So that's the thing is that, and I go back to something I've said before, is that you are a Black man. You already know they're gonna take what you say and run with it. And you say some mess like that, it's like you trying to get canceled or something. By choosing, like, come on now. They know when it happens, when it's Black people and we say things, they want to find the things we say and say, "Okay, I got this." You give them ammunition to say and do all kinds of different things. So don't give them ammunition to say and do the kind of things that they want to. Don't say things that should never come out of your mouth, should never come out of you. The thought shouldn't even enter your mind. Because like I said, there's some things that are not funny. There's some things that are not to be joked about. There's some things that you shouldn't even play around about. It should never come out your mouth. And if it came out your mouth, maybe that's exactly what you did, and you realize, "Oh, I made a mistake. Let me try to say something to clean it up." Well, too late. If you come out and say, "Oh, you know what? I had sex with my 12-year-old daughter," and then you come back and say, "Oh, I was just playing," like, no, you should never say it in the first place. Like, there's just some things you don't say. So coming back and talking about you weren't just playing. You should never say it in the first place.
I agree.
So some things, like, keep your stuff in your house. That's the thing is, like, some things everybody you shouldn't be telling everybody about. So there's some things we don't all need to know. I don't want to know your business. I don't want to know it. Keep that stuff to you. So, and that, everybody's saying, his kids, they begin being exposed to this stuff. If he lets his kids watch porn, all right, come on now. I know everybody done seen at least one episode of Law and Order SVU where somebody got arrested for child pornography. I'm just saying, like, as a parent, you have a certain responsibility to instill the right things in your child and to take advantage of your child and their mindset, their age, their immaturity. It's unacceptable, and it really makes my stomach sick to know that he do some shit like that. And then you comment about Lil Nas X. Okay, you don't want your child to be gay. Okay, you don't want your child to be gay. That's fine. And like the high value nurse said, there's different ways to go about certain things. There's different ways to go about it, but that way was never the right way. Should have never been a thought of it being the right way. And just because you say that's just the way it is, doesn't make it okay. That doesn't, I think DJ Eddie King was saying, like, they're trying to make pedophilia like a law or something like that.
They're trying to make it a law.
Right. Just because somebody says that's how it is, doesn't make it okay. that's the thing is like that doesn't make it okay. Just because that's how it was for you or whatever doesn't make it the right thing. So that So anywho, that's my rant on that because I'm about sick to my stomach about this man. Just saying,
We're
sick to
gonna
my
skip.
stomach.
Yeah, we're gonna skip number 3 and get to the number 4 question because I feel like number 4 ties in a lot more. But I left number 3 out for the chat, so chat. If you can see number 3, feel free to comment on it. But number 4 is: do you feel that celebrities have a superiority complex when it comes to what they do? Why or why not? I have to get to some. Tammy, you're muted. I think you tried to say
I know.
something.
I was saying. I was like, anybody? Okay, so it's superior. I think some do, and I think that's why some people say the things they say because they feel because they're at a certain level that they can't be touched or nothing's going to happen to them. And I feel like they need to be taken down a notch.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be taken down a notch. I mean, there's some things that it's okay to have your opinion, but there's a way to have your opinion where you can get the point across without saying certain things. There's a way if you do not like people that are not heterosexual, there's a way to make that statement. And that's fine. But I do feel like some celebrities, and I'm not going to say all, I do feel like there are some that have this thing where they can say what they want, do what they want, and there shouldn't be any repercussions. They shouldn't be held accountable. And that's just not okay. And I think, and like I said, I think it's because of the level that they've reached. They feel like they've reached the level where they're untouchable. And especially if you are not, especially if you Black, oh, you very touchable. And they're going to find a way to touch you. They're going to find a way to get you. They're going to find a way to mess up your money. And I think that they kind of feel that, okay, I'm at this level now. So, I'm kind of I'm not where I was. I'm a lot farther than there. So, they're not really going to mess with me like they would if I wasn't where I'm at now. But the reality is that the more power that you gain, the more they want to try a way to get you out. And that should always be at the forefront of your mind when you are in a certain spotlight, because you are being watched more than just the everyday person. They have their eye on you more than they would have their eye on the guy that works at the Walmart. They looking at you more than anybody else because you out there in the media, many people are watching you, got a bunch of fans. They're looking for you to make a mistake. So to have this in your mind that you're untouchable is going to get you in a lot of trouble. And they're going to try to knock you off your pedestal. So, and I feel like they don't have that in their mind because, like I said, it's almost like I can do and say what I want and it's going to be okay. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Tammy. Danielle, what's your thoughts for number 4? Nice glasses, by the way.
What was number 4? Thank you.
No problem. Do you feel that celebrities have a superiority complex when it comes to what they do? Why or why not?
What's superiority complex? Like they better than somebody?
Pretty much.
I think it's possible. I think that fans give them that complex and put them on that pedestal. So I think it's possible.
Okay. All right, thank you for sharing. Medusa.
I agree with her sentiment, what she just said. I think if we weren't worshiping them and showering them with all this blind accolade clout type stuff, they wouldn't feel that as if they were above reproach and that they were better than everybody. We treat them like they're better than us. They get free stuff. They get passes with crime and legality and all sorts of things. They get treatment that the rest of us don't get. We treat them differently. So now they believe they're entitled, and it doesn't make any sense. It's not like, do you blame them? You raise a child spoiled, and then one day you're like, hey, don't do that. You spank them hard, and they're like, what? I mean, your tournament was all right. You
Yeah.
never said anything before. Now it's bad. Come on. But yeah, it's wrong. Like one-on-one, humanly, if you are in a position of that many blessings, then you gotta humble yourself. You gotta
Okay,
be
thank you.
philanthropist or whatever. No problem.
Yeah, thank you, producer. Appreciate that. Good words of wisdom. All right, I'm gonna get to Queen, and then I'm gonna get to DJ King, and then I'm gonna get to Hall of Fame. Queen.
Yeah. I do think they have a superiority complex, but I think what Danielle and Medusa said is that, we give it to them. You see them do something, so you go out and do it. You see them wear some, so you go kill, steal, do whatever you got to do to go get it to wear it. Like they're here for entertainment. They're not quote unquote God. And I feel like people literally worship them like they're gods to them and they're idols. And they don't know you from a can of paint. But yet you'll do anything they say, you'll go anywhere they go, and you try to be them and emanate that what they're living. You're not, that's not you. So I think it's nothing wrong with liking someone or, oh yeah, I like that shirt. I'm gonna go, oh, let me see if I can go find something like that. But we take it to it's taken to a whole nother level, you know and I think it's also goes back to parents, like you can control what your kids listen to, you can control, you can teach them, like, yeah, I did stuff behind my parents back, but at the end of the day they had installed enough in me to teach me to go, yeah, I'm cool. I'm not gonna follow the crowd. I ain't doing what y'all do. That's not me. So when everyone was getting drunk, high, experimenting, I was like, you stupid. I'm not doing that. I'm out. You can call me a square, you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I'll see y'all later. So I think it's also what the parents instill in you at an early age. So
Listen,
Thank you,
can I say something?
Oh, wait. Before you say something, Tammy, she has to go. She just want to say bye real quick. All right, Tammy.
Just wanted to say bye. I usually stay on the stream till the end, but I have something I have to go do. So before I go, you guys can find me here every Monday and Thursday, and on Saturday on the Lovely Women stream with some of the lovely ladies that are on the stream right now. And then I'm doing my my Cryo Slim vlog of my Cryo Slim journey. You can catch that on Knowledge and Relationships. So make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can catch everything that we do. I'm also on Instagram at First Lady Tammy 916.
All right, thank you, Tammy. And it was good to have you on board. So until then, like we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Go ahead and walk your dog. Okay, now let's get to DJ the King.
Listen, I'm not fit to sit up here and paint this picture of Lil Boosie who got these kids who's allegedly supposedly got these kids out of control because of his sons allegedly doing what they was doing. I'm not fit to paint that picture because these kids been out there doing that since the 90s, since the 80s. They've been out there doing that. So I'm not fit to sit up here and paint this picture of, oh, Lil Boosie got these kids out here doing such and such. These kids been out here doing that. So I'm not going to paint that picture. I'm not going to put that on him. Now, I'm not saying that what he was saying was right about. No, I don't agree with what he was saying about his son supposedly, allegedly getting whatever. I don't agree to that. But I'm not going to paint this picture like I'm not going to sit and pretend like he created this picture of all these kids, the way how they acting out in the streets is doing the same thing that his sons and stuff doing. I'm not gonna put that picture on him.
Yeah, that's not what no one's saying.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make that clear. I wanted to explain that to Tammy
to the general. Oh,
yeah. I wanted to cover that, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, yeah. All right. Just making sure, because by the end of the day, like, everyone just trying to be fair. Like, I get what they're saying. Like, as far as like with your own child. Now, with your own child, that's a different story.
Yeah.
you know, I would say that myself, like, hey, like, you know, you shouldn't do that with your own child, but that's your kid. I'm not his parent. You do whatever you want to do, but that's your child.
Right.
But he's not but at least he's not how other entertainers are trying to affect the whole entire like nation. You know what I mean? That's something that we have to also make clear of it. There's one person that is not disciplining his child to the way that he should as a parent himself, but then you have some fool, some goon, pretty much just going all willy nilly, acting all silly, and corrupting many other people. And I think that's a problem that what a lot of people have.
And that's just the beginning. That is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the beginning. If when the music video dropped with him and his buddies naked, it's going to be, they're going to take it to the next level because the people allow that. They allow that. So if they allow that, So if they allow that, you know, what else are they gonna allow? Because they got something else in store. Believe me.
Oh, it's gonna be far worse.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Mr. Hall of Fame, and then after that, I'm gonna get to my final question.
I think that, man, I think that when it comes to celebrities, like I always say, we have to understand they're not politicians, they're not activists, okay? They're celebrities. You know, they're athletes. They're here to only entertain you, okay? They're not here to pass any laws. They're not here to basically, you know, make any make any judicial decisions based on anything that you've done or anything like that. Okay? They are a source of entertainment. Okay? Take them as is. Now, if they're doing things that are outlandish, definitely hold them accountable for the behavior. Most definitely. And don't support them if they're doing things that are outlandish. Okay? And disrespectful. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, please understand that they're only here to entertain you. That's it. You don't need to know about their private life. You don't need to know about their love life. You don't need to know about none of that. If they're not doing any criminal behavior, you know what I'm saying? We all know what the criminal behaviors are. Then there's nothing that needs to be of their concern in any of your business. You know, we're too involved in other people's business. We don't even know who we are. We don't even know who they are. We're more involved in celebrities' business than we in our own family's business, which don't make any sense. You know what I mean? You're not even handling your business with your family, but you care about a celebrity. How does that make sense? Excuse me. But yeah, you got to just see that they're not politics and activists. They're only here to entertain you. Be entertained and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Enjoy the entertainment, the popcorn, your little soda pop, whatever, and keep it pushing. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. So before we get to our last question, I have the link that's open to the chatting public. If you guys or ladies wants to come in, you know, feel free to ask a question, give us a comment, share whatever that's on your mind, real brief. But we're gonna get to the final question will be number 5. So again, the link is up here. So I'm just letting y'all know. Shout out to the people that are in the chat that's still watching. Much salute to y'all. And number 5 is, has a celebrity ever said anything that you thought was over the top? DJ Eddie King.
No, I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. I got to think about that one.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Danielle, I feel like you probably want to say something.
I think celebrities say stuff all the time that's outlandish. However, I agree with Mr. Ho saying that they are just entertainers. They are not role models. Unfortunately, I was blessed with parents that were in my life that asked us to let me know that's not what you do. This is not right. And I've never had to look to a celebrity or anyone as a role model. My only person I've ever been able to consider a role model is my mother, because that's the only person I know. For a person, for me to be a role model, I have to know more about you than what you do for a living and how much money you have. Because for me, a role model is about your personal character. And, you know, the only person's character that I know is my mother. The only person I know how she make it through hard times is my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think not everybody is blessed that way. So even though they are not supposed to be role models, I believe it was Tammy or Queen. I'm not sure who said it. You know, you are unfortunately a role model to some people who don't have that, who don't have anybody to look to. And even though it's misplaced, it happens. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't. They are doing what they do, which is entertain. Little Nas X included. I mean, that's their job is to get eyeballs on them and to get publicity and to have their name in your mouth and to have their, you know, they want to be thought of. So I think they do a lot of outlandish things for whatever reason.
I think you said it well best. They do it for pretty much the clout. They're entertainers,
Absolutely.
and it's nothing more, nothing less, nothing that should really be taken personal. But unfortunately, we as the fans, we take everything so personal. And Mr. Hall of Fame was also right too. We have to stop looking at them like they're politicians. Maybe I kind of paraphrased it a little bit, but that's not what I got from that.
Yeah, I mean
Celebrities,
that's true.
yeah, yeah. Let the celebrities do what they want to do because here's the thing: their whole goal and mission is that the more attention they receive, the more money they would get. You know,
Yeah.
because when the eyes is on you, it's basically, hey, all right, I'm listening to your songs now. Um, I'm buying like whatever type of products that you're selling, and it's just network marketing. Doesn't matter if it portrays as good or bad. That's just the way it is, you know. Um,
I think the best way
But
of doing the right thing is the Queen said, and that's to be active in your child's life. My kid has had an iPhone since he was 5. I did not agree, but my husband wanted him to have it. However, since he has it, now it's my job to occasionally grab that phone and go through his history. Because even though he got a phone, he don't know that phone has a history that I can look at and see everything he's been looking at. My job is to ask him, "What are you doing? What do you think about that? How do you feel about that?" Like Queen said. So, I mean, reality is that many people are gonna have influence on your child. But
you breaking up, Daniel.
oh yeah, you should have the biggest influence on your child. So regardless of what comes at them, you should be able to step in and guide them the right way and let them know that that's not real.
All right, thank you.
um,
DJ Eddie King, go ahead.
yeah, it's been a lot of celebrities that said a lot of things over the top. For example, Kim Kardashian, she said some things over the top. You got Charlamagne the God that said a lot of things over the top. Let's not forget about that. He said a lot of things over the top. Lil Boosie, Lil Nas X. Yeah, a lot of these celebrities said a lot of things over the top. But if they feel like money is more important to them, to where they don't even care about what was said, they just want to check. I don't feel like, I really don't feel like they should be, uh, they should even they should even represent they a lot of times, look, if you want fans and all that stuff, you have a responsibility, right? So I don't, I guess they got it in their minds that they don't care, they just want to check. I feel like that's bad. I definitely feel like that's bad. You got like Young Thug, he don't even want to be tied, he don't even care about what's going on in the community, period. He's already said that. He've already said he didn't want to talk about that. Lil Wayne, he've already made it clear how he feels about black people. Number one, he've already made it clear. A bunch of interviews. I don't understand why people ain't caught on to that yet, but he've already made. He cares about money. These people care about money. They don't care. A lot of them don't care. You know, maybe the ones that speaking out, saying things the correct way, in the right way, they might care, the majority of them, but not all of them. You know, so it's about like 80% of them that don't care and like 20% that do. So I think that's just, you know, I think that that's bad. That's very bad. You know, you got kids watching and they doing the things that you doing. They saying the things that you say. I definitely think that's bad.
They twerking at things how you twerk.
Man. That's bad, man. That's bad. You know, all the way around, man. And they know it is, though. They know it is. So I was like, why would you even put that image out there? You know, other people gonna grab towards to that, you know, and take that and run with it.
Right.
You know, and it doesn't matter to them until it comes to their kids. You know, that's when it matters. Only when it comes to their kids. You know, it don't. I guess to them it don't matter anybody else's kids. I feel like all the kids in the world is important. They got some sense. All the kids in the world is important.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before I get to Queen and Medusa and Hall of Fame, let me share something real quick. I know a lot of people has been asking, who the hell is Lil Boosie, right? So I'm just going to show you real quick.
A lot of people are asking that?
Yeah, they've been asking off of Facebook, who's Boosie? Who's Boosie BadAzz or whatever, right? So look, if you guys want to know who Boosie is, right, just go type his name in Wikipedia, and Wikipedia will tell you all the information who he is. He's a Louisiana rapper. That's pretty much what you need to know. And when you go to Wikipedia, it'll tell you all about his personal history, his career, and all that. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to kind of narrow down like who Boosie is and this, and that. So, all right. Anyways, we'll go to we'll go to Queen. Somebody left. Oh, left. We're gonna go to Queen, and after Queen, we'll go to Medusa, and then Mr. Hall of Fame will close us out with his last statements. Go ahead, Queen.
I think over the years, celebrities always say crazy things, over the top things. They do over the top things. You know, I can't really pinpoint anybody, but all I know is when it's something that is offensive to me, or you know, it's like crazy, I just stop following them. I don't support them. I don't go see their movies. I don't listen to their music. I'm just done. That's how I get down. I'm not liking you, following you. I'm not doing none of that because half the music today to me is trash anyway. So I'm not even gonna go there. So so yeah, I just think we put too much on them. And you know, unfortunately, you know, everybody is like keeping up with the Kardashians. No matter what you do, you can't keep up with them because you ain't got their money. Why you want to live your life like somebody else? That's sad to me. So that's what I'm just saying. I think we give them too much power, but it's a individual choice.
I got you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, Medusa. Let me get your thoughts real quick.
Yeah, hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, you guys.
Hey.
I think perhaps the most outlandish thing I've heard in a little while was Kanye when he said slavery was a choice. Man, that blew my mind. Like, brother, come on. You know, we know that he's not well at times. You know, we love him through it, right? But I think the thing that's been on my mind the most being here in New York is she's not necessarily a celebrity, but I guess, you know, she's in that generation of people types, you know, AOC, the way she's always been promoting climate change and global warming here in New York and in her particular district over there in Brooklyn, and how everything's flooded right now. And it just has me feeling, all I could do is think of what her mouth. I can only hear what she has to say. And she screamed at the top of her lungs about the different ways we could have changed things around the city. And people are so, this is going to be rough to get through here in New York. We're fine, but you know, all I can think of is AOC and her stance on climate change and the way New York is flooded right now.
Okay.
And it would be outlandish now thinking back about it, like how would it move when she was, you know, on her soapbox about it.
Okay. Got you. Mr. Hall of Fame. What's your thoughts? Oh, hold on. All right, Mr. Hall of Fame. Can you hear us?
Yeah, had to switch phones real quick. But yeah, I think I mean they say a lot of things that are outlandish, but it's it's all to get clout. That's all it is. They're just clout chasing, and people have to be wise, and they have to be knowledgeable enough to know that they're clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe the hype. You know what I mean? That was a song back in the day. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the little things that they say, because it's all hype a lot of times. It's all cap. They're trying to hype you up. And all they're going to do is you're going to be jumping out the window, and they're going to go right back home to their mansion, to their butlers and maids, and be living that good life. And you out there struggling and working hard and busting your behind, you know what I'm saying, while they out there just chilling, doing their thing. So we have to be mindful of that. You know what I mean? We have to be mindful that these people are in the limelight, and when they're in the limelight, they're just doing things to get people to react so that they can make more money, so they can feed the beast, and they can feed themselves and their families. They don't care nothing about you or how you feel about anything. You know, like I said, they're not politicians, they're not activists, they're not religious leaders. They're not. That's not their role. You know what I mean? And if you start thinking that's their role, then you're gonna end up behind the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna suffer. They'll be fine. They're gonna go, like I said, they're gonna go right back to the mansion with a butler, maids, and servants, or whatever else they got going on. But you're the one that's gonna suffer. So we gotta be mindful of that. You know, and of course they need to be more accountable with certain things that they say. But like I said, they're here to entertain. So, you know, if you don't want to be entertained by certain entertainment, remove yourself from that. You know, there's a delete button, there's an unsubscribe button, there's an unfollow button. You can push any button to get rid of somebody if you want to, especially celebrities. You don't have to follow these people. You know what I mean? Stop giving them more than what they deserve. You know what I mean? Give them what they deserve. If they putting out that certain type of energy, it's not for you to receive it. You don't have to receive that energy. You know what I mean? Keep yourself focused, positive, loving yourself, loving others, and you'll be fine. Don't worry about them, because they're definitely not worrying about you. And that's all I got to say about that. But in 3, I'm going to close it out, and then, you know, everybody promote their brands and everything else, and we're going to rock on.
All right. With that being said, you know, let's go ahead and get to. I want to do this. Okay, yeah, you know, we'll do it ladies first. Stuff. So let's get to Queen real quick. Queen, anything you want to shout out?
You can follow me on Instagram, Queen Forever 2K21. You can follow me on the Knowledge and Relationship Ladies Night on Saturdays at 5:30. And that's it. Everybody be blessed. Have a great night.
All right, thank you, Queen. Let's see. Let's get to Danielle.
Hi, my name is Danielle. You can find me on Instagram at Fly Nurse Mom Wife, and a YouTube channel coming soon at A Sip of D. And thank you for having me on your panel. Always having great topics. It's been a time.
All right, thank you, Danielle, and don't forget to stick around too after this. Let's see, why so out of order? Oh, Medusa. Okay, let me go ahead and highlight you. All right, Medusa, feel free to shout yourself out.
Shout outs to me. No. I just want to say thank you for inviting me to this forum to speak with you guys on these different topics. You know, I hope, you know, I came across clear and understanding. I hope you feel like I heard you and I didn't talk over you. I want to put that out there. But I am Medusa Records Company. I collect and sell vinyl records and collectibles, Funko, Super 8, different vinyls, R&B, alternative R&B, hip hop, alternative hip hop, old school, new school, rock and roll, heavy metal, pop. I got it all. I'm very eclectic here. That's how I was raised. That's how I love it. That's how I do it. The store will be open soon online. You can see some of the boutique items I have online, or you can find me on Amazon. I'll have tons of listings over there, and I'll have a few listings on eBay as well.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you so much, Medusa. It was good to have you as a guest on the live panel. And let's go ahead and get to DJ Eddie King. He's the music man, so definitely gotta, shout him out.
Yes, shout out to Mr. Hall of Fame. Shout out to M3.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danielle, Miss let me see, Petty Penny. I know, she came in, she said a few things, but still shout out to her, and First Tammy Queen. Shout out to all y'all. I just want to say to the youngsters out there that listen, just because somebody, your favorite rapper say certain things, does not mean that you have to follow them. And another thing I don't agree with Little Boosie was saying, far as anything that has something that has to do with his kids about the stripper and all that. I don't agree to that. Even though there's kids out there that's been doing that. You know what I mean? I would say it's not a good idea to do that. So I just want to make it clear on that. It's not a good idea. You have to ask yourself, when you get older, do you want your kids doing the things that, Little Boosie got his kids doing? Do you want your kids going out doing what little X is doing? You have to ask yourself that when you get older. You can ask yourself now, as a young person, as a young boy, as a young girl, y'all got to ask yourself that question: do you want your kids out there doing that? I don't think it's a good idea. But look, you can hit me up on dj.eddie.king on IG, DJ Eddie King on YouTube, Eddie F. King on Facebook. Shout out to Knowledge and Relationship. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you get recent videos and new videos. Shout out to the Bloom and Ebony, Kris the Bloom and Ebony podcast. Shout out to Alex, Everything is Anything. Shout out to CJ. Shout out to all of them, man. That's it.
All right, thank you. All right, last but not least, Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Man, thank y'all so much for being a part of our experience for Knowledge and Relationships. We have so much great content coming up for you all. And please be sure to check us out Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Monday and Thursday being our knowledge and relationship topics. And then Saturday, you know what I mean? I like to call it my baby, you know what I'm saying? My baby, my creation, the ladies' night, the queens reign supreme, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Please check out the ladies' night. We love the support that y'all been giving us on all our streams and on our platforms. We definitely appreciate it. Remember, tune in 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, okay? You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for the love and support. I got to shout out everybody. Shout out Luann, Miss Petty. Shout out First Lady Tammy. You know what I mean? Shout out, all women on the lady stream. Shout out Danielle. Shout out Queen. Shout out Medusa. The family for coming through. Yes. You know what I mean? Shout out DJ Eddie F. King, Mr. DJ Eddie F. King, the music coordinator, okay? The music coordinator. All right? You know what I'm saying? And I am the network manager for Knowledge and Relationships. You can find me at MR Hall of Fame Forever 23 on Instagram. Once again, MR Hall of Fame Forever 23 on Instagram. With that, in 3, take us home, man.
All right. So, thank you guys for watching, Knowledge and Relationships. And, of course, tonight's segment was M3 TV News, where we covered, the best news. But anyways, so if you like this stream so much, subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships. That's the YouTube channel. You guys are here. Feel free to subscribe. If you want to donate to my personal Cash App, which is $MarioMarion. And keep on subscribing, liking, and sharing videos. We hope to get monetized someday, so then we can all have the piece of the pie. And remember, participants, I own all rights to how I use my content. I just want to make it clear. So, but thank you again, and stay tuned for the Ladies' Night stream this Saturday at 5:30 Pacific time. Also, I want to give a shout out to John, who is from Black Wall Street LLC. He was also in the chat earlier, so definitely give a big shout out to him. And you could kind of look him up on his YouTube channel, and that's pretty much it, guys. And ladies as well too, who's watching. With that being said, thank you again, and we are out. Feel free to say good night, everyone. All right.
Later.
All right, everyone. Peace.
DJ.